Hello, hello. Welcome to the October numerology forecast. I am so excited to share this energy with you. It is going to be such a fascinating energy. It's going to be such an amazing energy because let's be real, the nine energy of 2025 has been a handful. Okay, can we call it a handful? Comment and let me know what you would summarize 2025 to be so far for you. And then September was peak 2025 energy. Okay, so this is where we had a nine energy year, nine energy month, and then we also had nine energy portals pop up several times. Okay, so we are starting to go on the downside of the bell curve of the nine energy. And I, for one, happen to be very relieved about that. Nine is never my favorite. Now, there's no such thing as a good or a bad number. You guys hear me preach this all the time. But there are numbers, depending on the rest of your code that you carry personally, you're going to like better than others. And that's okay, right? I happen to love October's energy, which is a one. It's all about new beginnings, fresh start, new manifestation cycles. And if you remember when I was talking about September, I said, draw a line in the sand and raise your standard. Okay. You might have had to do that in September from this place of like, courage or like holding your breath or like bracing yourself. But now we're in October and now you're starting to embody these experiences, the things you've released and let go of, the things you've grown beyond and evolved through. They've actually helped build you into the person you are today. And now in October with this one energy, it's about standing in the strength of who you are, understanding your innate gifts, your innate value, your priceless worth, your infinite preciousness, and holding yourself to that, standing with the tall spine, like really recognizing the gift that you are. You have gone through all kinds of ups and downs, and they've made you stronger, wiser, more capable, more resilient, more resourced than you were before. And it is a moment now to recognize how resourced, capable you are, and stand in that strength, stand in that confidence. The thing about confidence is it doesn't come from nothing, okay? The idea that like some people are just confident and, maybe they've got like a good inner dialogue and that's what made them confident. It's not true. Confidence comes from having shown to yourself that you have your own back. Confidence comes from having been put in difficult situations and having come out of it with a sense of strength, a sense of resilience. Even if you got beaten up, even if you tripped and fell, even if you landed on your face, you still did the hard thing. Confidence comes from doing the hard thing and not giving up, right? This is so, so, so important to recognize. Like, can you acknowledge that in yourself? And if you're still tired from life, then that's okay. But can you start to have that conversation in your mind, that inner dialogue of like, I did some hard stuff and I'm coming through it and I'm working through it and I'm more resourced and resilient because of it. Like, can you have that inner dialogue? Now, it is a great month to start new things. It's a manifestation cycle beginning. The other thing that's really cool about October is it's a sneak peek, a preview of 2026 energy. Okay, 2026 will be a one energy year. So this year, this month is a preview, a sneak peek of what next year is going to be all about. Now, because it's all about finding your strength, your resilience, and your resourcefulness, it's also about recognizing what boundaries do I have in place to maintain my center. We're talking one energy. So when I think one, like it makes my body want to go like this. This is my center. What maintains my center? What allows me to be strong from the inside out? And this can be all kinds of things. It can be, your faith, your spirituality. It can be your lifestyle habits, maybe your nutrition or what you do to take care of yourself. But it's also about recognizing what are the like toxic factors in your life. Maybe it's environmental, maybe it's food, maybe it's people, maybe it's habits, and starting to cleanse those a little bit or having better boundaries around them so that you can maintain your center. It's like if you draw this circle around yourself, what do you want in it and what do you not want in it, right? Because that is going to contribute to a stronger core, a stronger center. So, as you guys are catching me here, comment, let me know if you're live, let me know if you're on the replay, say hi. Feel free to post your questions as we go because we're going to dive into some specific dates. And if you have anything in mind, then let me know. But my first question to you is, how do you feel transitioning out of September? How is that hitting for you? And the second question I want to know is, what are you manifesting for October? What are you calling in? This is a great month to manifest, okay? With the one energy, it's the start of something new. It is this idea of like, what's the seed? What is the seed? Right? So spend some time daydreaming, spend some time with yourself, with your journal. You know, if you like to do different tools like tarot or oracle or numerology, bring in those tools and ask yourself like what do I want? What am I creating? What am I calling in? What is going to be, the theme as I move forward? Okay. So as we start to move into the month, there's a couple of key themes that are emerging. First of all, as I mentioned before, it is about standing in your worth. It is about holding your value and not letting um, the outside world betray to you how precious, powerful, and potent you are. So, really holding to that. As we continue to move forward, on the 7th, there's going to be this really strong energy that has the potential to bring about financial opportunities to you. So, putting yourself in the rooms where you are embodying your leadership. You are embodying your inner strength. You are embodying your authority. That's the word I'm looking for. You're embodying your authority so that when these opportunities come to you, it looks like potentially a conversation, a collaboration. It looks like two people potentially coming together to create something. In that circumstance, around the 7th of the month, it's like, let me stand in my authority and say yes to the things that are a right fit for me and no to the things that aren't, right? Trust yourself in that process. On the 9th of October, this is a great time to start a new project. So if you are starting a new project of any sort that requires your wisdom, expertise, and experience, this is when you really want to lean into it. And if you've been working on it for some time, great. But do extra effort into it on the 9th. This is a great time where you are meant to be bold with your ideas. You are meant to be really trusting your inner wisdom. You have wisdom that you don't even realize you have because of all the stuff you've been through. And here's the thing. Those of you who've gone through tough times over the past little while, or you've had ups and downs, that has brought about a level of wisdom and like street smarts that you can't learn from anything other than having been put through it. So recognize that and own that strength and authority within yourself. So be bold with your ideas and let yourself apply what you've learned. Let yourself carry it forward, knowing it's of service to someone. It will benefit someone, even if that someone is you, your family, your friends, your clients, right? So it's a great time to work on a new presentation, to create a new workshop or a new event, to write a book, or to take any of your content and make it more easily digestible. So that is the 9th and the 10th. Really the 9th, 10th, 11th of October is a great time for that. And then let me see where I want to go next. As I move down to the 21st of October, there's this very strong energy of anchoring in the systems and the structures that will help you. So I want you to really ask yourself, like, what are those systems and those structures that do some of the mental heavy lifting for me? They lift the mental load for me. They take some of the weight off my shoulders. They make my life easier. And certainly delegation is one of those. But you can also think of like, what are some of the things you can do in your day-to-day life that may or may not help you reduce that mental load? You really want to take action of those on the 21st. Hello, Rosalie. Hello, Bianca. Yay, I'm so glad you ladies are here live with me. If you're catching me live or the replay, please comment. Let me know you're here. And let me know, what are you manifesting in October, since this is manifestation month, okay? This is calling in all the magical things. Now, in terms of like, what are some systems to help carry the mental load for you? One of the ones I started doing is I have a set meal plan where we eat the same 5 things every single week, me and the kids. And it might sound boring or repetitive to you, but it saves so much mental load for me because I don't have to have the what's for dinner conversation. I don't have to think about sourcing a recipe or going and figuring out new ingredients at the grocery store. No, I have my same click and collect order that I just repeat every single month, and I get it from the independent, and it's great. It's the same thing. It's whatever, the same 5 meals. All the kids like them. There's no fighting over dinner. Easy peasy. We're all happy. Okay. That I didn't delegate anything, but once I said we're doing these same 5 meals on repeat, it saved a lot of mental stress, effort, and energy on my behalf, and it saves me grocery shopping time. Okay, like this is huge. If you're a mom, you get it. So, what are those things that you can do? The other thing that I have in my house for that mental load for myself is meal prep Mondays. I really try to make sure I meal prep on Mondays so that it saves the mental bandwidth of the rest of the week, right? So asking yourself, what are systems I can put in place that will carry the load for me? And the reason why this is so important is because you are manifesting new things right now. And that requires a level of focus and dedication. And if you're being distracted by things weighing you down, it's really hard to pour your energy and focus into what truly matters for you, that you're manifesting, that you're creating these new things that are coming your way. So it's like, how can I automate, delegate, create systems for the things that I don't need to put effort in anymore, and I can focus on what I really want to focus on. Okay, so that's the 21st of the month. And then as we move past the 21st, relationships are really going to come to the forefront for us for the last couple of weeks of October. So this is really recognizing what are those relationships in my life that create a sense of emotional safety and have a level of emotional intelligence about them. Okay, recognizing what are the people I feel safe with and what are the people that I don't feel safe with, and how can I maybe it's some tough conversations, maybe it's sharing some tools, or maybe it's just choosing where's the best place to spend your precious time, energy, and resources. Because remember, we started the month off standing in our power, standing in our value. Well, if you go about your day really holding to the value and the preciousness and the strength that you are, and then you have people who are sapping that energy from you, you're going to end your day feeling drained and depleted. And so it's like, no, how do I honor those relationships where there's a sense of safety and emotional resourceness, emotional intelligence, and good boundaries around the ones where it's maybe not the case. Okay, this is going to be super, super important because, again, remember we talked about, what are the standards you're setting in your life? And, there's that expression, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's so true. So recognizing the people who are allowing you to grow, who are supporting your expansion versus the ones who might be taking away from it. Okay, and choosing to invest that time very wisely. And, I know it's not always easy. But even if you can have 1 or 2 people in your life who lift you up, who inspire you, who help you be your best self, honestly, you are a rich person if you have a couple of those friends in your life. That is gold. And to be real, like, we can source those, right? We can source those through workshops, through trainings, through going to retreats, going to events where there's other people who are also choosing to grow and expand and look at life in new and creative and expressive ways. Hello, Kelsey. I'm so glad you're here live too. Happy October. Happy Manifestation Month. Since it's the one energy, that is what we're all focusing on. And recognizing that what happens in your social sphere is contagious. So recognizing if there's things happening in the world around me with my friends, with my colleagues, with the people I'm close to, it's contagious. So asking yourself, do I want to catch this energy? Do I want to contribute to this energy? And really choosing wisely with that. Wrapping up the end of the month, the 31st of the month, it's all about building your chosen family. So yes, we have a biological family, that's important, but we also have a chosen family, which is the people we choose to spend time with, our besties, our close friends, our counterparts, our colleagues, and recognizing that, none of us are meant to do this alone. We grow together. And we all have these various different puzzle pieces, and they all fit together in a very particular way. And you need people. We have this like funny cultural ideal of this hyper independence of love your first self first and then you can be loved. And of course you should love yourself, but also you can also let yourself be loved well, right? You can let yourself be supported well. You can let others support you as you support them, right? It can be this beautiful, circle of reciprocity. So to sum up October, hello, Kim. Yay, glad you're here. Hello, Carrie. So good. So as we're wrapping up, I just want to kind of lean into a minute. I want you to ask yourself this question. If you believed in your value, your preciousness, your infinite abundance that's naturally the truth of who you are at the core, what would you want to manifest? What would you call in? I want you to think about that, and even share in the chat, share in the comments if you want. What are you manifesting for October? It's manifestation month, one energy, new cycles, but it requires you to trust yourself, to stand tall in your authority. And then it's going to ask you to be very bold and courageous with your ideas and really stepping into those relationships that feed your heart and feed your soul. Okay, so comment below, let me know. Be sure to tag your friends in this or share this out on your stories so other people can see it. And I'm so grateful to spend this time with you. Oh, I should also add that if you are an entrepreneur, I am opening up the doors to the Abundant Business Mentorship at the end of the month. Well, the doors are open right now, but we actually get started at the end of the month. And for the next couple of weeks, I'm doing the business plans for the members of the mentorship. So if you are someone who would like me to do a business plan for you and to help you implement it over the next 6 months to figure out what you can do to grow your business, we'll look at where you might be leaking clients' energy and money, where you could actually tighten up your customer journey to ensure that the clients are able to get what they need and you're making money and you're attracting the right clients to work with you and you're retaining them over a period of time. So if you are curious if this could be a fit for you, comment below and let me know, or send me a DM. Let's do a strategy call. No cost, no obligation, but even if you just share with me what your business currently is and what your goals are, I can help you to see what your next steps are to grow. So I'd love to do that for you. And if you have a business bestie, please share this out with them. And I look forward to chatting with you guys as we manifest in October, one energy. Super happy that we are on the downswing of all the nines, as I'm sure many of you are. Okay, sending you so much love, and we'll talk soon. Bye.